Whoa, welcome back to Let's Play Secret Files 2, Puritas Cordis. So, I managed to record half of this episode and then it bugged out, so you get to see the extremely abbreviated version of this.
This altar was made from a single massive slab of stone. That's why it remained more or less unscathed throughout the centuries. There's a light blue stone stuck in the wall. How odd. It appears to be different from all the others. This stone is loose. Just a little yank. My mother always used to say, "Don't go playing in ramshackle buildings, dear." Oh, she was so right. Just what is this place? This probably used to be the entrance. Crashing through the ceiling wasn't necessary back then. By the time I free up that passage, I will be old and gray. There's a cold draft coming from that crack. I wonder what's behind it. I can't even get my fingers in there. And I can't really imagine being able to open a massive stone door with my hands. Ah, some of the letters can be turned.
But of course, that didn't help us yet, so let's get out of here.
This is the way back up to the ruins. So how will I get out of here? Wait a moment. I have a plan that has proven its worth for thousands of years. It's sophisticated and elaborate, the perfect rescue scheme. Let's see whether it works here.
Help! Help! Get me out of here! Help!
Anybody there? Hello?
I'm here! Down here! Help me!
How on earth did you get down there?
The floor just gave way beneath me. If you don't mind, I'd really like to continue this conversation above ground. Do you think you could get me out of here somehow?
Wait, I've got an idea.
Thank you so much. You probably saved my life.
It was my pleasure. Anytime.
Very square-looking head with a very flat, painted-looking face.
I'm interested in this old chapel. I wanted to take a closer look, but obviously there isn't much left of it.
No, it was largely destroyed during an air raid in World War II. But maybe I can help you?
You?
Yes, me. With nothing to do all day, you have to keep yourself occupied somehow. And I occupy myself with history.
Excellent. Then maybe you can tell me something about Cardinal Coubertin. He had this chapel built, didn't he?
Yes, he did. But there isn't a whole lot we know about him. All the records kept while he was in office are stored in his archives.
And where are they?
Who knows? They searched high and low after his death, but they haven't been found to this day. Nobody even remembers where he was buried. All I know is that he had a curator who took care of his legacy following his death in 1663. The curator died 10 years later. They found his body in his squalid basement dwelling after he had been dead for a week. He should be buried in this cemetery as well, but I have no idea as to where exactly. I don't even really know his name. I think it was Michel or something like that.
Well, at least it's a start. Not much to go on, but better than nothing. Are there no further clues?
Not really. He was barely known around here. Cardinal Coubertin brought him back from one of his journeys. He wasn't a local man. Also, he hardly ever went out, and when he did, he was heavily covered up, which soon led to wild speculation amongst the locals. He served the Cardinal for almost 40 years.
Okay. I'll take another look around here. Thanks again for the rescue and the brief history lesson.
It was my pleasure. I'll be here for a while yet, so if you have any more questions...
This chapel has me stumped. I need some additional hints. Maybe I should try to find the curator's grave first.
Alright.
I'm just going to take a look around.
You do that.
Catch back up real quick. Trail leads to Paris. Get to now. According to Sister Lisa's letter, the prophet Zandona and his secret society, Puritas Cordis, arranged for their own prophecies to be fulfilled, culminating in the apocalypse. Apparently, the ultimate disaster was averted back then. However, David Carell fears that the modern Puritas Cordis sect, under the leadership of Pat Shelton, may be trying to complete Zandona's plans. Could the documents that are supposedly hidden in Cardinal Coupetin's secret archive in Paris help predict the next moves of Puritas Cordis? Open ruins. Paris. Cardinal Coupetin's estate does not provide the essential clues they had been hoping for. There is not much left except for a few foundation walls. While Vicar David Carell searches for blueprints of the building in the old archives of Paris, Nina desperately attempts to find some clues to the location of the Cardinal's secret library. A glimmer of hope. Paris. The clues that lead to Cardinal Coupetin's curator could be vital in the search for the archives. All that is known so far is that his name was something like Michel, and that he served the Cardinal for almost 40 years. After the Cardinal died in 1663, the curator took care of his legacy until his own death in his squalid basement dwelling 10 years later. Cardinal Coupetin had made Michel's acquaintance on a journey. The curator rarely appeared in public, and when he did, he was heavily covered up, which soon led to wild speculation from locals. Alright, so let's go search for this after looking north.
A compost heap. All right. Here I go again, rummaging through dirt. Ugh, nothing else here.
Are you sure about that?
There isn't much left of the old chapel. He's filthy and in rags, but he seems to be nice enough. There's something vaguely familiar about him. One of the most famous landmarks in the world. A reminder that some lucky people actually visit places just for fun. No, really.
He does somewhat remind me of Detective Konsky. Sounds
They call
completely
this
different.
mole the Duck. I will go look for the grave of Michel the curator then. It isn't much of a lead, but since he seems to have been rather close to Cardinal Coupetin, maybe there's some hope of finding something out that way. The path splits in 3 directions here. Graves from the 1650s, graves from the 1660s, and graves from the 1670s.
Well, the Cardinal died in the 1660s, and then we know the curator died 10 years later, so that would place him in the 1670s.
Let's try this way. The graves here appear to be sorted by wealth. Poor on one side, rich on the other. Where do I go?
Well, his basement was described as squalid, so poor.
Let's see what I find down this path. Oh my, they certainly have this thoroughly organized. They separated people who died young from those who passed away at a ripe old age.
Well, they served the Cardinal for over 40 years, and they met him on a journey, so presumably they were at least 50 or 60 when they died, so I would say old.
Let's go this way now. Yet another sorting criterion, but this appears to be the last. This time they distinguished between women, men, and families. Bureaucracy is obviously not a very recent invention.
Well, it took them 10 days to find the body, so they obviously didn't have any family. They were always covered up, so while the presumption would be male, women were not well respected in this area, so perhaps they covered up to appear as male.
Now where does this path lead? Is this the right area? The Cardinal's curator would hardly have been a woman, or maybe... who knows? Michel, the curator, was actually a woman. No wonder she hardly ever went out in public, and was always so heavily covered up. If that had become known, I assume that when she was buried, this scandalous fact was discovered and hushed up. This is probably why her grave has been forgotten. I hope I can find a clue here and finally make some progress.
Well, we definitely got the clue. needed. And now the, if we ever go back to the graveyard, that's all it takes. Let's head here. Now we know how to rotate those letters. So the S is that. The F, that. S, like that.
I did it!
Go.
I am truly a genius. But as usual, there is nobody around who could really appreciate that. There appears to be another room built into the rock by the far side of the abyss. Thanks to my famously positive attitude, I live in hopes that it is the archive we are looking for. I cannot get over there. But looking at all these safety precautions, I think I have good reason to hope that the archive is behind that wall.
I'm slightly concerned that the door seems to be that the door seems to be ajar. And looking down here, there's a lot of blue rock down here. I wonder if it's the same material this is made out of.
The stone is light blue, and it shows the image of a white king.
Certainly it's a beautiful cave.
A candle burned down halfway. An old wooden stick.
Map first?
Seems to be an old map of what is France these days. There's a legend on the panel next to it. The king was in dire straits. He had withdrawn to Provence, and the options he had left did not bode well. The peasants were rising to the north, and the reinforcements from the Kingdom of Navarre, who had just crossed the border, were forced to go up against a massive fortress to the east. Meanwhile, his opponent sat back and eagerly watched the spectacle unfold from his country estate in Brittany.
Let's see what Brittany is. Okay, so let's look at the mosaic. So I feel like this would go here because they said the king was holed up in his estate in the southeastern corner. So.
It fits. It almost looks like the stone came from this mosaic in the first place. I wonder whether there are any stones that fit in the remaining empty fields.
Alright. That hasn't updated yet, so let's go back up and ask about the homeless guy who's probably aspires something about the stones.
Hello. There's something else I think you might be able to help me with.
No problem. What is it?
Stones.
I found a mosaic in there, but a few of the stones are missing. I found a light blue stone up here in the altar chamber that matches the mosaic perfectly. I suspect there might be more stones like it. Maybe the same strange shade of blue. Do you have any idea where I might find stones like this?
No, not really.
Well, I guess that would have been too easy.
Stop. Wait. I just thought of something. Many buildings around here were destroyed during World War II air raids.
Yes?
All stones from the derelict buildings that were still halfway usable were used for rebuilding, including those from this church.
Rebuilding what?
Well, first, there is a little bridge not far from here. Then, the old metro station. And the jail, I think.
Great. In that case...
Oh, yes, and the zoo.
That's a lot of buildings. Any idea where I should look first?
They were all built pretty much at the same time. But at least you needn't try the zoo right now, because it is still closed.
Okay, I'll save it for later then. Can you tell me how to get to these places?
I've got this tourist info map that I can give you. Wait, let me mark the relevant sites for you.
I'll go hunting for the missing blue stones then. I think I'll start with the bridge. It's supposed to be close to here. What an interesting phenomenon. A local rain shower that stops right in the middle of the bridge. The idle street cleaner may be slightly less impressive, but at least he's in harmony with the overall picture. Unfortunately, there's not a stone in sight that could fit into the mosaic. Maybe it's on the other dirty side of the bridge.
Alright, let's look around.
A heap of dirt, garbage, and rotting leaves. The street cleaner may not move terribly fast, but he sure does a thorough job. I gave up complaining about having to rummage through garbage a long time ago. Money. Mine for the picking.
And there's nothing more there.
Unless I intend to go for the wet look, I should make sure I'm not standing close to this puddle when there's a car coming.
Thing is, I think this is almost seems like it would be a pedestrian bridge or at best a bicycle bridge, because it takes up half the width of this lane.
I don't know why, but I'm suddenly starting to wonder, do street cleaners count as civil servants? Hello?
Hi.
You're a street cleaner, right?
No, I am a molecular biologist collecting samples for scientific research.
Oh, I really thought you were... What kind of research?
Of course I am a street cleaner.
Oh, a comedian. I never knew street cleaners were so witty. Not that I've met all that many. The only time I've ever seen the streets swept completely clean was during a World Cup final.
Touché.
Definitely the least French-sounding Parisian I've ever heard.
Surely while sweeping you would have noticed if a blue stone had been built into this bridge, right?
Yes, indeed. If I had actually cleaned this bridge before.
Haven't you?
No, I'm just helping out. And there is no blue stone on this side of the bridge. I'm sure I would have noticed it after sweeping here for 4 hours.
Yes, you certainly would. Why are you still sweeping this side of the bridge? It's spotless, but the other side is completely filthy.
Have you looked over to the other side?
Yes. Why?
It is raining.
Such things are known to happen.
Indeed. So, I am waiting for it to stop.
You mean you're not sweeping the other side of the bridge because it's raining?
No, that would be silly.
I thought so.
I am not sweeping there because I would get wet.
Oh, and you think that's less silly?
Would you jump into a cesspit?
No, but...
You see, so why should I volunteer to get soaked? Especially when there are alternatives.
Which are?
I can continue to sweep here.
But it's clean here.
But not surgically clean.
What will you do if it starts to rain on this side, too?
Then I will be out of luck and get wet.
And then what?
Then I will sweep the other side of the bridge. After all, I will already be wet in that case.
And they tell me female logic is hard to understand.
Here, I think his logic's pretty sound and easy to follow. Not going over there, well, he can get wet, but if he does get wet, then he's already wet, so he may as well finish the job so he can go home.
Why are you so scared of water?
I'm not. I'm just not keen on getting wet. Not as long as I can avoid it.
So it's not some childhood trauma?
Not that I know of. It's a professional hazard.
Getting wet?
Rain. You know, swing your broom, clouds will loom.
To think that I keep getting accused of having a penchant for puns and bad poetry.
Alright, so... take a look on the other side of the bridge. Ducks. Ducks.
Ducks. How nice. Unlike the right half of the bridge, this part is really filthy. I haven't got the right equipment. I had better try to get the street cleaner to sweep over here.
But simply asking him for his broom and sweeping it up ourselves is apparently... Alright, well, there's not much we can do here at the moment. Well,
the clock has stopped. Just a regular storm drain. A racy Italian sports car. It's got a pretty horse on its hood, and a not-so-pretty scratch. The car is secured by an alarm. I'm sure it will go off at the slightest touch, and since I'm the only one around here, I might actually get suspected. Ooh, it looks like that. Who cares about inner beauty? very good morning to you.
Buongiorno, signorina. Allow me to introduce myself. Alessandro Rossi.
Nina Kalinkov, pleased to meet you. What is a good-looking Italian doing at an intersection in Paris?
I am waiting for the bus.
Oh, don't you have a car?
Yes, of course. It is over there.
Oh, the red sports car?
Yes. Are you impressed?
Well, yes, a little. So why are you waiting for the bus?
I am supposed to meet some friends here in their van. They don't know their way around Paris, so we want to go on together from here. The signs here are rather misleading, so most people take a wrong turn at this point. Why don't you come with us? There is always a room in my sports car.
Oh, yes. Why not? Oh, no, wait. I'm afraid I can't. There are some important things I must see to.
Too bad. But I will be here for a few more minutes in case you change your mind. Just let me know. You would miss out on a lot.
This question may sound somewhat strange, but I don't suppose you've noticed a blue stone that was used for rebuilding any of the buildings around here?
You are right. That question does sound strange. However, even if there were a blue stone around here somewhere, I probably wouldn't have noticed.
I was afraid of that. There's an ugly scratch on your car.
Mamma mia! Why did you have to remind me? I know, it is not easy to miss after all.
Sorry, I didn't realize.
I have been thinking of nothing else all morning. I wanted to impress my friends, so I rented this sports car.
You mean it doesn't belong to you?
No, but the scratch is all mine. I had only just picked up the car when disaster struck.
Take it easy. It's not that bad. After all, it's just a scratch. Amazing how fast a proud and attractive man can melt into a puddle of misery. I've got to go.
Too bad.
Well, at least he actually sounds Italian. Right, let's look.
The ceiling is painted. Impossible to see whether it contains one of the blue stones or not. The paint is peeling anyway. Maybe I'll be able to somehow remove it completely. I can't reach it.
Well, at least we have good ideas that where the
I
stones
like
are.
teddy bears, but this one looks awfully mean and grumpy. And it smells like a polecat. There's no water in it. It's a long time since anything was sold here. The sign says, "Help wanted." I'll take this sign with me. If this game doesn't sell, then at least I will know where to look for a new job. I don't really want to know just how old this bubblegum is. At least you're supposed to insert euro cents. Sure, money makes the world go round and nothing comes free, even if it only takes 10 cents to buy.
Yeah, 5.
A somewhat battered umbrella with a very sharp point. It might still be of some use as a walking stick. I admire the power of nature to reclaim its own.
I really do enjoy this painting, or image, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know exactly how they created the 2D background, but just it's beautiful. You know, seeing a vibrant city in the background, and foreground you have this dilapidated, abandoned metro station that nature has started to reclaim. It's quite the contrast, but a nice one.
The switch for the fountain is also in this switch box. I think I will switch on the fountain. Nothing happened. Not altogether surprising, since there's no water in the fountain. I had better switch that fountain off. This clockwork belongs to the clock that hangs on the outside wall of the metro station. I will try to get this clock up and running again. The mechanism appears to be out of order. I bet it will stop again in a moment.
Hope you are using lockout tagout, Nina. Otherwise, that's an OSHA violation. Right, so...
An ingenious plan. I place it on the minute hand and wind up the clock. As the hand moves, it will slide off at some point, hit the car, and trigger the alarm. The only problem is this would really damage the car. Maybe I can think of something better. Great plan. I place it on the minute hand and wind up the clock. As the hand moves, it will slide off at some point, hit the car, and trigger the alarm. The only problem is this thing isn't heavy enough. The alarm probably wouldn't go off at all.
And she was worried about it going off when it so much as touched.
Great. The only problem...
I guess this is heavy enough. Oh, that's a huge candle.
Not a bad idea. I place the candle on the minute hand and wind up the clock. As the hand moves, the candle will slide off at some point, hit the car, and trigger the alarm. I only need to make sure that I have an alibi for when it happens. A devilish plan which may cost me a lot of sympathy. If this were a computer game, it would probably be banned for being too violent. Unfortunately, though, this is not a game, but bitter reality. I'm on a mission to save the world, and a different set of laws applies for world saviors. So, here I go. Hello, are you still waiting?
Yes. I hope my friends did not get lost. What? But that is... My car! Stop! Wait! You're going in the wrong way! You need to turn here! Stop!
Ah, no! I'm completely soaked now!
That's what they call a chain reaction.
It is a disaster. Like my entire life, a total disaster.
Is it really so terrible that you missed your friends? Don't you think they'll find the right way anyway?
Yes, maybe. But it is a matter of principle. I can't do anything right. Everything keeps going wrong.
Cheer up. There will be better days.
I have been waiting in vain for years. Please excuse me. I need a few minutes to myself.
Oh my, he's really down in the dumps. I should follow him and make sure he does nothing rash. After all, I'm responsible for his mood, to some degree. Phew, I had been worried he might do something foolish.
Alright, so that plan kind of worked. I guess we're kind of stuck here. Okay, it added location, but I mean, we're here, so we may as well poke our nose around.
Oh, quaint. Thanks. I don't need a bath right now.
Oh, there's a source of water. But we have nothing to pick it up with.
I have no idea who this is supposed to be, and there's no plaque to give me a clue. I have no idea how I would be able to manipulate this statue in any way. Yesterday's newspaper.
Oh.
My French is a little rusty, but as far as I can tell... Oh, there's a report here about the sinking of the Calypso, the ship I was almost drowned on. Apparently they were able to rescue nearly all the passengers. Underneath is a huge advertisement by that televangelist Pat Shelton and his Puritas Cordis sect. The hasty gathering of worldly leaders in New York proves only one thing, that neither the self-proclaimed heads of state nor the so-called scientists can offer any explanation for the greatest of all disasters which is now almost upon us. And how could they? For only a steadfast belief in the might of the Lord can guide us now. He alone can be the beacon to lead us forth from the valley of the shadow of death. Hundreds of years ago, the prophet Zandona foresaw the cataclysm that is looming now. This is what he predicted. The old order of the world shall be shattered, all worldly possessions shall crumble, and from the ashes of our decadence shall rise the new kingdom of God, radiant and pure. And therefore, my call goes out to all people, to ring in their ears like one final peal of thunder, and open their eyes. Seek salvation in the arms of Puritas Cordis. Come now, before it is too late. I can't say I like that Pat Shelton and his Puritas Cordis crowd. In fact, I think they're a bunch of morons. The trouble is, I can't shake the feeling that there's method in their madness, and that they have a definite plan. A plan to make Zandona's apocalyptic prophecies a reality. Which means they're still a bunch of morons, of course, but possibly a bunch of extremely dangerous morons. In any case, they must not be underestimated.
Alright, what else? Nothing, apparently. And
A tennis ball.
the homeless man again.
A few empties and a bottle of rum. I'm supposed to steal from a homeless man? As long as he can still use them, I will certainly not take them away from him. There's a hula hoop floating in the water. He doesn't smell of roses, but he seems to be nice enough. If only I knew why he looks so familiar.
Hey, can we have your booze and maybe 5 cents?
Hello again.
Dropping by my humble abode?
You live here?
Well, it's not exactly the Ritz, but at least it's quiet. Unless somebody hangs around whining. What happened to the poor fellow?
He missed the bus.
Now that is truly a tragedy.
You sure drink a lot.
Yes, I know. I take it you have never lived on the streets.
No, not really.
It's a simple decision. Solid food gives you a lot more energy, of course. But energy for what? Nobody expects me to have enough energy to build a house or fix my car. And I don't have a job either. So I don't really need any energy for anything. What I really need, on the other hand, is a way to forget all this misery. At least for a while. And I need something to keep me warm when the nights are cold.
I understand.
No, you don't. And I can't even blame you for that. It is really hard to comprehend if you have never been in a similar situation.
Won't you at least try to escape this vicious circle?
How would I do that?
You could quit drinking, for one thing. And I could see about finding you something to eat.
I tried that. But it seems people would rather feed pigeons than their own kind.
I get it. The world is wicked and nobody loves you. If I get you something to eat, will you stop drinking?
Then I could use my money to find myself a place to sleep. It's a deal.
You wouldn't happen to know what time the zoo opens, I suppose.
Actually, it should open just around now.
Great. Then I'll be headed there next. That fountain over there?
Let me guess. You tossed in some money in hopes that all your problems will solve themselves.
No. Why would I do that?
Oh, just a thought. Because tourists used to do it all the time.
They threw their money into the fountain?
Yes. They say it possesses magic powers.
They say the same thing about some high-proof spirits.
Yes, but believe me, there's no truth in that either.
Well, you ought to know. So, why did people stop tossing in money?
They probably stopped believing in miracles.
You think I ought to stop hoping for a miracle, too?
It's always worth a try. And if you have money to burn...
I'll think of you, I promise.
Thank you.
I'd like to point out that this texture glitch here makes it look like he's got this huge, pointy, dick boner right now.
I'll be leaving then.
Alright, so we gotta find him food, which we probably get to give us any money.
Thanks. Is it really a...
Hey, catch. Throw 5 cents.
Maybe it is really a wishing well. Who knows? But for all the wishes I have right now, I would probably have to toss in an armored car full of cash.
Alright, well, let's talk to him.
Hello, everything okay? I'm really worried about you.
Oh, hello. Yes, it's really not my day today. First, I scratch up my car and then I miss my appointment. They're probably halfway to Spain by now.
Oh, I'm afraid that I may be responsible for the missed appointment.
Is there anything I can do for you? Anything that might cheer you up?
That is very kind of you. But I've been chasing Lady Luck for years now. She is simply too fast for me. You cannot change fate, and that is that.
The poor guy is totally dejected. Nina, you need to think of something quick, or you'll end up only being offered roles as a movie villain.
I've heard that fountain over there is a magic wishing well. People used to come from all over to toss in a coin and make a wish.
Maybe you should give it a try.
If you only knew the things I have tried already.
It's still worth a try, though, don't you think?
Just for a brief glimmer of hope that is going to be drowned by a whole deluge of disappointment the very next second?
That negative attitude isn't helping, you know.
That is what my shrink kept telling me for years.
She was right. But why is she no longer saying it?
Because she is being treated herself now for chronic depression.
What this guy needs is a serious miracle.
If I go away now and promise to come back soon, will you promise not to do anything stupid while I'm gone?
Sure, I wouldn't even have the energy.
We can't give him the coin. I think we're out of things to do here for the moment. So now, let's go back to the bridge.
Huh? Looks like the street cleaner knows how to work fast after all. The entire bridge is sparkling clean. Well, the van Mr. Rossi was waiting for took a wrong turn here, drove straight through the puddle, and completely soaked the street cleaner. So he no longer had a reason not to sweep the rainy side of the bridge. Life is quite simple once you actually understand it. And here's the stone I was after. This is one of the missing stones from the mosaic in the ruined church. It depicts a pawn. The stone is lodged tightly in place. I can't remove it just like that.
Oh, good thing we have tools for that.
I might be able to use the point to scrape away the sand around it, and now use the umbrella as a lever. The stone is mine.
Alright. I think that concludes our time with this bridge. Oh, we can't. There. Go back to the map. I wanna. So I don't know at which point, like if we need them all in for this to do stuff, or if we have to. I guess we need them all in. I was hoping we could see we're making progress at least. Alright, let's go to the jail. Get here?
The President of France, with a dashing, debonair smile. Whatever's in there, I'm not touching it. In fact, that option isn't even available, so don't get any funny ideas. MGs, hand grenades, submachine guns, and plenty of ammo. Looks like this isn't the most peaceful of places.
Almost look like AR-15s or M16 style rifles. I don't know why French, especially Paris police, would use them, given that France is pretty protectionist of its arms industry. It would probably have equipped them with the FAMAS instead. And then this is a grease gun. Again, I think they would have been equipped with, at their most foreign, maybe something from Belgium or Germany.
If I take any weapons out, I may end up having to play one of those monotonous shoot-'em-ups which would bore me to tears. Anyway, the lead designer told me that mini-games are strictly forbidden here.
Oh, looking at more, it might be Back 10. It's really hard for me to tell. There's not too much detail there, but
Average looking, average age, average clothes. Pretty average, all in all. A lot of advice to citizens, telling them how to behave in the event of problems, accidents, emergencies, assaults, disasters.
information that most citizens probably will never learn, because how often do you visit your local police station?
A drunk tank. It is empty, and there appears to be nothing special about it. A drunk tank. And back there, in the wall, is one of the stones I am looking for, if I'm not mistaken.
No, we just got. Get any more updates? I don't know if I read this or not, so I'm going to quick reread it. 5 stones. Paris, there is a mosaic in the basement of the ruined chapel, but a few of its stones are missing. The blue stone Nina found in the ruins matches the mosaic perfectly, but that still leaves 4 missing stones. The homeless man suggested they might have been used to rebuild other structures after World War II. The bridge, the jail, the metro station, and the zoo. Can these 5 stones really be the key to unlocking the Cardinal's secret archives? Alright, let's go talk to her now. Let us in the cell.
Hello, I've got a question.
Yes?
That cell over there, the one on the right, could I take a look inside it?
The drunk tank? What for? You are not drunk, are you?
Yeah, I'm totally smashed.
Really? Let me smell your breath then. Well, maybe you ought to change your mouthwash, but you're definitely not drunk.
Okay, so now we know what the bottle of bourbon or whiskey or whatever was for. That's so late 90s, early 2000s. The zoo is open now, so
The zoo. I wonder what kinds of fierce, exotic, and dangerous creatures I'm going to meet here. And of course I'm looking forward to seeing the animals, too.
Alright, let's start with the sign.
That way to the monkeys. Empty, squashed, and full of tiny holes. Looks like someone vented a lot of frustration on one poor little can. A small bottle of red nail polish. This statue is dedicated to the man who, after World War II, rebuilt the destroyed zoo, saving the lives of dozens of animals. Some prankster painted his toes red.
Looks more pink, but
Cans of milk. In short, milk cans. The milk cans appear to belong to the zookeeper, and he would have to be blind and deaf if he weren't to notice if I took one. A bag full of baguettes. The baguettes apparently belong to the zookeeper, and since he's sitting right next to them, stealing one would be a rather bad idea. That way to the crocodiles and elephants. This seems to be one of the zookeepers.
conversation time.
Hello, do you work here?
Yes, I'm a zookeeper. Can I help you?
Oh my god. It's like they didn't even... they made the Italian guy Italian, but they can't be bothered to make any of these native Parisians sound like, you know, they're French.
Is it true that this zoo was rebuilt after World War II, using leftover stones from other buildings?
Yes, that's right. Why are you asking?
I don't suppose you've noticed whether a blue stone was used in any of these enclosures?
Actually, yes. There should be a blue stone in the crocodile enclosure, if I'm not mistaken. No idea what building it came from originally.
Thanks, you've been a great help. I've been wondering why you have a whole bag of baguettes by your side.
I'm waiting for the ducks.
Why does everyone seem to be waiting for something around here? The bus, the ducks, Godot.
Say what?
Never mind. Why are you waiting for the ducks? Or rather, why aren't the ducks here yet?
Usually they come to the lake by the crocodile enclosure every morning. They know that visitors to the zoo love to feed ducks, and therefore they're here the minute the zoo opens.
Clever critters.
Could I have one of those baguettes?
Sure, as soon as the ducks are here.
Can't I have it now?
Why? The baguette is meant for feeding the ducks. How would you feed them if there are no ducks?
Have a nice day.
Thanks. Same to you.
Oh, we gotta get the ducks here somehow. I think that's just a hint. We already know where the ducks are, so let's go look at the stone. Actually, before we do that... Okay, got everything.
There's one of the blue stones I need to find, guarded by a lovely crocodile. Which leaves me with the not-so-irrelevant question, how on earth shall I get to it?
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to kind of climb over barbed wire.
A small noisemaker. It makes noise.
Thanks for that insight, Nina.
This magnificent specimen appears to be a Nile crocodile. It marks its territory through underwater vibrations and turns into a merciless killer whenever it detects a new nearby.
What about that bear that smelled like a polecat?
Perhaps it will really consider the teddy bear a possible prey. But if I just fling it in there, the croc won't be distracted enough to allow me to pick up that blue stone and get away in one piece.
It's also the matter of...
I don't fancy a swim here. Too many crocodiles around.
I was gonna say, there's also the matter of the barbed wire fence we'd have to climb. I can't, The elephants.
An empty box containing traces of peanuts. The nest appears to be abandoned.
Alright, let's knock that down. Wait.
Judging from all the insects on this tree, one could almost assume this is intended to be a bark beetle exhibit.
I like how, like, the texture is fine up to here, and then it's just, like, a solid color.
Of course, I could climb up there. No problem, honestly. But I don't really care to right now. Nope. A male African elephant. Compared to an Asian elephant, its ears are much larger. Also, its forehead is receding and less convex, and its back is not rounded but sloped. Very informative. It never ceases to amaze me how such a powerful animal can appear so peaceful, almost cuddly. It's a bit too heavy to pick up.
I find it curious that they even let us get that. Oh, the polecat, or well, the teddy bear that smells. Okay.
I don't think this beast will be terribly impressed by the noise this makes. Sorry, nothing edible left in there.
All right.
Looking at those teeth, I don't think that Snappy is really a good name for a crocodile. Molly would probably be more appropriate. Hello, my crocodile friend. Could you do me a favor and move as far away as possible from that blue stone? No? That's too bad.
Alright, let's here because it looks like
This little motorboat is tied up so well. Somebody really wanted to be on the safe side here. I don't fancy
name if
the engine works. That is good to know. But I'll switch it off for now.
Alright, so do we have anything that can cut the... teddy bear in there? Okay. Let's go look at the monkeys.
A can of peanuts. Ugh, I cannot reach it. A small plastic ball. I can't reach it. Oh my, this path is in terrible condition. This path is full of deep cracks. An old car tire. I cannot reach the tire. Aw, cute. No matter how cute this monkey is, I am not going to stick my hand in there.
We also see there's another nest there that we don't... I saw something. Can we...
I can't knock the can out of the cage from here. Maybe...
You're really gonna make me...
I can't...
Direction, there's nowhere else for me to go.
I am trying hard to come up with an action that would make sense here, and beating up the monkey definitely makes no sense at all. I am trying...
Alright, well let's go to the metro, because we could probably use this to fix his car up.
Maybe this will help to render the scratch invisible. Oops! Oh, rats, I spilled a little from the bottle. I hope it won't show too much. But it still looks a whole lot better now. The sports car is still extremely cool, and the scratch is somewhat less uncool thanks to my nail polish treatment. The car is secured by...
Okay, so let's go... Oh yeah, that's right, we already got what we needed from the bridge. No, there's the ducks back there.
Ducks. How nice.
Anything that we currently have that would let us pour them out. The peanuts, maybe?
A candle. Burn.
Oh, let's take that again. Hey dude, we slightly fixed up your car.
Hello. You still look pretty depressed.
Don't I have every reason?
Look at the bright side. Here you are, sitting in this lovely park. Okay, lovely, maybe stretching it a bit, but, well, just look at the bright side.
You sure know how to cheer a guy up.
Yes, so I've been told. I've fixed your car. You can hardly see the scratch now.
Do you enjoy kicking a man when he's already down?
What? I really did fix your car. It may not be perfect, but considering what I had to work with, it's not a bad job.
Why would you do that? Why would my luck suddenly turn around and smile on me and send me an angel?
Who knows? Maybe I'm just having a particularly friendly and helpful day.
Very likely that. Just do me a favor and stop trampling my feelings. It would have to be a miracle if anything that could happen to me. And miracles don't happen just like that.
But
Please!
The poor guy is so despondent that he cannot even imagine why someone would simply want to do him a favor. He seems in dire need of a miracle. If I go away now and promise to come back soon, will you promise not to do anything stupid while I'm gone?
Sure, I wouldn't even have the energy.
Idiot. Alright,
Mr. Rossi,
Yes.
you don't seem to have much luck. Maybe you should give the wishing well a try.
Wishing well? Yeah, right. Nobody believes in that kind of thing these days.
You know what they say? Faith moves mountains.
Oh, sure. And the early bird catches the worm. I can really do without your words of wisdom.
Maybe we should just give it a go.
I think this might be a good investment for my 5 cents. I can always fish them out again.
This round is on me. You'll never know if you don't try.
Mamma mia!
Right, this should be interesting. I just made a wish for that scratch to disappear from your car.
If that works, then... baloney.
Won't you take a look at least?
This is a total nonsense. But I was just about to check on the car anyway, so... The scratch is almost gone.
You see? The wishing well is working after all.
But the scratch still shows a little. And there are some weird stains now.
What did you expect? I only threw in 5 cents. Naturally, that only buys you a very small miracle. A larger sum might bring on a bigger miracle.
You are right. It's worth a try anyway. Wait a moment. I will be right back. Well, have the scratch and the stains disappeared now?
Not really.
Typical. That's a 10 cents gone down the drain.
10 cents? That wasn't very generous of you.
It's twice as much as you paid.
Well, maybe the wishing well feels you're playing games, so it's taking its sweet time over that miracle you wanted.
Could be. I am going to stay here and wait for the miracle to happen. I will probably just be disappointed again, but it's not like I have anything better to do.
Good luck then.
Just a regular...
right, that's right. So that storm drain. I don't think there's anything to do with it still, but let's go back to the park because now we can fish out his money like the greedy people we are.
What an investment. 200% return in a matter of minutes. Once I'm done saving the world, I'm going to write a book about investment strategies. Thanks.
Oh, we got our 5 and 10s. So now we can go back to the metro. And since bubblegum machine.
I traded in most of my fortune for a piece of gum. Let's hope that was a worthwhile investment.
Right. That gum what we need, please.
MacGyver could probably combine this with a ballpoint pen to make a nuclear bomb, but all I can do is chew it, I'm afraid. This stuff is ancient, so I would really like to avoid that if I can.
Just to double check that there's no pile of really hoping there was another pile of junk we could.
Interesting. This noisemaker seems to appeal to the ducks.
Oh, okay.
The ducks are already here. Nothing happened. I should try calling the ducks while I'm next to a body of water.
Here.
Here they come.
Excellent. And now to the zoo. Since we still need a body of water, presumably. Wow, wow.
Here they come. The ducks are in the zoo, and that's a good place for them to be.
I got your ducks.
Hello.
Hello.
That's such a cute monkey you've got in that enclosure.
You can say that again. I'm so eager to learn.
Eager to learn?
Oh, yes. I'm in the process of teaching it a few tricks.
Really? How do you do that?
It's actually quite easy. As soon as I pick up the training stick, I've got the monkey's attention. And then it will mimic everything I do.
Training stick? You hit that monkey?
For heaven's sake, no. It's just a regular long branch. All I do is hold it in my hand, and then the monkey will react. No idea why, but it works.
Good to know.
Could I please have one of those baguettes?
To feed the ducks?
Yes, of course. They're here now.
Sure. Take one then.
Oh, you aren't even going and looking. We could have just told them that.
Have a nice day.
Thanks. Same to you.
Can't take any more, but we have what we need to give food to the guy who looks suspiciously like Konski.
I've brought you some solid food.
Solid food, all right. Rock solid, actually.
Okay, it's not really all that fresh, but...
Never mind. I'm not that picky. But I've got barely any teeth left, so I'm not quite up to chewing on cobblestones.
I can see that. Maybe I'll find you something else so you won't have to go hungry. I'll be leaving.
Okay, so maybe we just dip the baguette in the milk. I don't know how he's gonna take that, but
A little soggy, but I think that's an improvement over rock hard. Apparently, a little milk is all it takes to turn a rock-hard all-purpose weapon into a flabby food article.
I like how he gave us a funny look when we were dipping that into his milk. Alright, back here.
I've got the perfect meal for you. It may not be a 5-course dinner, but it's reasonably healthy, and it will fill your stomach.
Yes, that actually looks quite appetizing. And it's easy on the few teeth I have left. Thank you so much. Your heart's in the right place.
It was nothing. Glad I could help. Now that you've got something to eat, will you stay away from alcohol?
It won't hurt to try it.
I'll just take that bottle with me. Just talk to the zookeeper tomorrow. He's bound to have something left over for you.
Usually the welfare of animals is more important. People aren't that much of a priority. But I'll give it a try.
I'll be leaving then.
Alright, time for the next stone. The Polizei.
Cheap but high-proof booze. Pretending to be stone drunk shouldn't be too hard, but first I somehow need to make sure I don't get locked in the wrong cell.
That actually gonna work.
There. Getting in there shouldn't be easy now.
Alright.
Yuck. This stuff is disgusting. I spat it back into the bottle. It's safer that way. After all, I need a clear head. But I bet the horrible taste in my mouth will linger.
Alright.
If I want to get into the drunk tank with the blue stone, this might be a good time to demonstrate my superior acting skills.
Well, hello there, purty thing. I'm totally plastered, but I wanted to... Thank you so much.
Really? Let me smell your breath then. Ugh, that smells of cheap booze. But you don't really look drunk to me. I think we had better perform a blood test.
If we must.
Please, take a seat over there. I'm going to take a blood sample now. You will only feel a short sting.
Jesus, Nina, you should just...
There, that was all. Not again. That will be my husband. He calls me every 20 minutes just to make sure I'm really working and not cheating on him. As if I had a chance of finding someone else the way I look. Please wait here. I'll be right back.
I need to think of something quick, or my little ruse will be exposed.
Oh.
I'm going to dilute my blood with a little alcohol. Then she will certainly have to put me in the drunk tank.
This is... Normally the police don't... Like, if you want to be thrown in jail, I feel like they wouldn't give you this much of a... You know, hassle for it.
All right. So now we get to continue. I'm now going to put the blood sample in the analyzer. Your alcohol level is 0.37%. How do you manage to talk or sit up straight? And how come you're even still alive? But if anyone deserves to sober up in one of our cells, it's you. No doubt about that. Come along then. That's odd. The key won't go in. The lock must be blocked somehow. Good thing we have more than one drunk tank available.
Yeah, I have that same type of pager at work. Exactly
Please hand me your possessions. I will keep them safe while you're in here.
Oh.
There seems to be another cell next to this one. A very musical one.
Hello. You play really well.
Thank you. I got a lot of time to practice.
Oh, how long have you been locked up here?
No idea. Is the war over yet?
Yes, and Napoleon has been banished to Elba. What did you do?
Oh, they accused me of all kinds of things. Actually, though, I am completely innocent.
Yes, I guessed as much.
There's a big hole in it. The result of frequent use or rather excessive violence?
Arte, so that's like free Galith? Can't read the rest of it. Free Willy at brother. Alright, bunks.
2 very comfortable bunks. At least all those maggots, sowbugs, and beetles appear to find them comfortable. 2 very... I don't think I'll ever be tired enough to lie down on that. A metal spoon.
Oh, as an aside, I think if she really thought we had a blood alcohol level of 0.37%, we'd be rushed to the hospital rather than just thrown into one of these drunk tanks.
Coat hooks. Who would want to take anything off in a cell as filthy as this one? They are firmly anchored to the wall.
About that.
Hey, you're not
Me? No. Wouldn't dream of it.
Good. In that case, don't let me hear any more scratching and scraping.
A simple wooden chair. I can think much better standing up.
So did we actually get it?
I can't pull it. Behind this is my neighbor in another
We need
cell.
him to play his music.
Hello? Are you there?
Yes, you're lucky to catch me in. I was just about to go shopping.
Could you do me a favor and play your harmonica some more?
You mean you want me to use my musical star performance as a cover-up? So you can scrape away at that wall?
To be absolutely honest, yes.
Just my luck. I finally get a bit of company, and already you're talking about leaving again.
Sorry, but I've got some really important things to see to.
Never mind. But before you leave, at least do me a favor and solve a little riddle for me. I just love riddles, you know.
Is that really necessary?
Yes.
All right then, shoot.
I'm thinking of a 3-digit number. You need to guess which one. Don't worry, I will give you a few clues. The first digit is a number between 1 and 5. Take a good look around your cell. It doesn't matter how long you search, you will never find the answer. The second digit is simple. They have you trapped. It is an odd number larger than 1. And finally, the last digit, definitely even, and also to be found in your cell. They all stand, but not all of them can walk.
What? Are you quite sane?
Yes. Thanks for asking. Let me know when you think you have the answer.
Between 1 and 5 found in the cell. The last one, even found in a cell. That's 4 legs. Yes, 5. The first one.
I think...
I can hardly wait. The first digit is a number between 1 and 5. The riddle was, take a good look around in your cell. It doesn't matter how long you search, you will never find the answer. So, what is the first digit?
5.
And what was the second digit? The riddle was quite simple. They had you trapped.
3, 5, 7. Three has me. 5 has me. Oh, 1. 9.
9.
And the last digit? The answer to the riddle was in your cell, too. They all stand, but not all of them can walk.
4.
Close, but not close enough. Don't worry, though. I'm giving you another chance.
I
can...
The only other...
1.
And what?
9.
And the
4.
Close.
Really?
I can hardly wait. The first...
No matter how long you search, you'll never find the answer. Two bunks. 3 hooks. 4 legs. Door.
Five.
And what?
9.
And the last...
2.
Close.
Yeah, that was the bunks,
I'm
maybe.
going to interrupt our chat.
No problem.
Here we go. Number games. The prisoner in the cell next to Nina is once heard to guess the 3-digit number he is thinking of. The first digit is a number between 1 and 5. To guess it, Nina must take a good look around her cell. It is a number she will not find there, however long she looks around. The second digit is apparently simple. They have Nina trapped. The answer is an odd number larger than 1. Last digit is an even number also to be found in our cell. They all stand, but not all of them can walk. Okay. So the rest of these... Oh. Oh. Okay.
Hello?
Yeah.
I...
5,
What?
9,
6.
Wow, I'm impressed.
Okay, good. That's the thing, is we had to count our own legs.
Company much longer.
Not all
But
of them
you
can
can
walk,
be
but
sure
some
that you
can.
have my eternal gratitude.
Alright, grab that.
Cut it out back there! How is anyone supposed to stand that rocking?
You know zilch about art. You're a warden at heart.
I've got the stone. Now I need to get out of here. I don't think I can think.
Oh. Hey, we're sober, let us out.
What do you want?
I'm sober again.
Excuse me? That can't be. You had a blood alcohol level of 0.37% just now.
Something must have gone wrong with the blood sample. Either your measurement was wrong or the sample was manipulated.
Manipulated? By whom?
Search me. Anyway, I insist on a second test. And if that proves positive too, my lawyer will sue you for procedural error.
Procedural error?
Yes. No one but you can confirm that the blood test was carried out according to the proper procedure. There wasn't even a doctor present. You had no authority to take a blood sample.
What?
So, either you release me and fast, or I'll hit you with so many charges this place will be closed down in no time.
Close down? This is a police station.
Not for long.
With all those bike races and track and field events on TV these days, suddenly everybody is an expert on blood sampling. Come on, Elton, and don't show your face around here again. Oh yes, and don't forget your stuff.
Alright, so we can't go back to the jail now, but that's okay, we got the stone. We have,
A stone
Black King.
seems to be the
So the other king is going to watch from Brittany, which... Brittany then in this
seems to be an old map of what is France these days. The king. Meanwhile, his opponent sat back and eagerly.
Brittany. Oh well, we can... I'm fairly confident in these. This is the rook, and I think there was something else there. Okay. So, go up. We have enough stuff to get the metro paint off. Hey, we can just pour this in here.
It would be a shame about this fine vintage. Oh well, it's only cheap booze, but it would be a shame nonetheless.
Really?
The ceiling is painted. I can't. It would be a shame about.
I don't see how it would be a shame if it's...
No, that stuff is
Alright. Whatever. Oh, let's go back to this. Alright, so let's put the stick in our hand.
Well then, let's see whether I'm cut out to be an animal trainer. Hey, it's working.
Okay, now let's get the tennis ball out.
I can't knock the can out of the can.
Ah.
Maybe this way I can make the monkey jump through the hoop. Amazing! Monkey see, monkey do.
There we go. So now we can...
Oh my, this... Oh my...
Really? How is this not the... box of peanuts? What are you trying to tell me?
Oh.
Oh, do we have to make it, yeah, find anything? See if we can this with anything. Actually, that.
A small... I can't read...
Oh, I think she was going to do something. There we go.
An old wooden stick.
Really? There we go. Now, boom!
And now, I need to aim well.
Excellent.
I always knew I'd make a great role model someday. Okay, it's just a monkey throwing balls at cans, but it's not a bad start, even if I say so myself. A can of peanuts.
Alright, so we can use that on the elephant. Pick up all this litter, because we, if we're gonna save the world, we shouldn't be littering. Or we'll just leave that there. Alright. And we'll pick up the sword. Okay, move on, move on.
A can. How odd that such a large animal is so crazy about tiny peanuts. Hey, little buddy, would you care for some peanuts?
There. You're going to have to work for the rest of the peanuts.
The elephant does all the work for peanuts and ends up with none, while I just hang around. And I am rewarded with a way into the crocodile enclosure. Life can be so unfair. I'm not setting foot in...
Alright, so now we gotta finish getting the crocodile at a safe distance.
This battered soccer ball makes a perfect container for water.
Hard to do, but okay.
This little... The engine works.
Okay, so can't do it. Alright, so let's at least go back to the metro. And pull... We can put the water finally in the fountain, since she's so picky about what goes in there, apparently.
Fill the entire fountain this way? Oh, joy. This will keep me on my feet for a while. All right. That should be enough.
Alright. Switch it on.
I think I will switch on the fountain.
Hopefully that will rise up and wash that paint away. Oh, that looks like...
The water jet doesn't reach the ceiling. I suppose that would have been too easy. I had better switch that fountain off.
Oh, come on. Leave it on. Oh, I suppose it would be messy for what we gotta do next. Pacifier.
All right. This plugged up one of the jets.
It should increase the pressure in the others slightly.
I should plug some more jets first, in hopes that the water from the remaining orifices will then have enough pressure to reach the ceiling.
Oh, we gotta plug up more now. Think we have any more plugged up with.
The fountain is full of water now, and I plugged up one of the 4 jets which normally spout water when the fountain is switched on.
Talk to him, see if we can get him to spend more money.
So, has the miracle of the immaculate paint job come to pass yet?
Not yet. And I have been waiting ages already.
Miracles aren't a dime a dozen, you know.
Unfortunately, it's kind of depressing.
A few more hours in the company of this cheerful gentleman, and I'll go hang myself from the nearest lamppost.
Alright, so got nothing for... Can we get any more?
Thanks.
Oh, we can't get any more.
I have no idea how... I already took one.
Back. Do you have anything?
Hello, can you think of any topics for small talk, apart from the weather?
Not at the moment, I'm afraid.
All right, I'll see you later then.
He's got nothing for me. Alright, maybe we do need to get the zoo first.
The milk cans up.
Do you have anything?
Hello.
No.
He's got nothing for me.
This statue is dedicated to the man who...
Nothing there.
Grumpy teddy bear versus crocodile. What a duel.
Good luck, Teddy. You'll need it.
Oh, hey, this works now.
The crocodile is in the water now, but those things can move pretty fast. I am not setting foot in this enclosure unless this charming critter moves even further away. Look.
Oh, we could scare him with the boat maybe and push him into that corner.
The crocodile seems to be mistaking the engine's vibrations for a rival. It is completely focused on defending its territory now.
Excellent. Grab that stone.
Good thing that stone was already loose, and now I'll get the heck out of here.
Alright, so... Hey, I definitely wasn't doing anything bad.
Just a regular... I can't stick my hand...
We gotta be... I wonder if we need something out of that storm drain. In any case, let's go here. Pop this guy in. This is the brook, so that will be... Alright, back to... Now, let's see. Now we play which item? Storm Drain.
I can only insert the very...
That's what she said, okay. Next. Nope. 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 Wait, what? Oh, is that the umbrella?
I can only stick the tip in there. The rest of the umbrella is too wide.
That's what she said. Storm Drain. Okay. Sure, nothing will plug this. Didn't we try that? Oh well, whatever.
I'm going to try and plug up one of the water jets with this candle. It worked. I even managed to plug up 2 of the jets at once.
Now that should certainly give us enough pressure.
I think I will switch on the fountain.
Hey, blue brick.
Yay, it worked. The water jet rinsed the crumbling paint off the ceiling. I had better switch that fountain off.
Especially since that water looks like piss. Alright, so umbrella. You have the pointy thing and you're long, so hopefully you can reach.
Yes, I should be able to reach it that way. But I need to watch out so the stone doesn't fall on my head.
Oh, good thing all these stones happen to end up in perfectly accessible locations. Taken for someone's amusement or anything. Because of their design and...
That was a close one.
I gotta go here someday. Alright, White Knight. So that one... Now we can finally jump back here. Should have everything we need to solve this little friendly army be next to the rook. That's the knight.
I inserted all the stones, but I suppose their exact placement makes a difference as well.
Mirrored. Okay, let's go back. Read this again.
Seems to be an old map of what is France these days. The king was in dire straits. He had withdrawn to Provence, and the options he had left did not bode well. The peasants were rising to the north, and the reinforcements from the Kingdom of Navarre, who had just crossed the border, were forced to go up against a massive fortress to the east. Meanwhile, his opponent sat back and eagerly watched the spectacle unfold from his country estate in Brittany.
Okay. Brittany. I guess that would be down south, maybe? So... yeah. Checkmate. I figured that out. Aha! There's the trick. Maybe we just, hey. Ah! There we go.
What? A mechanical bridge emerging from the ceiling in a chapel that is 350 years old? Whatever lies behind this door, it must be invaluable. I can only hope and pray that this is Cardinal Coubertin's secret archive.
No, I wanted to look at the map.
Wow, what a sight! Latin. I learned some Latin in school, but not enough to read through a whole archive.
Remember, you've still got me. Just how did you do it?
To cut a long story short, I did really well.
Indeed, but I haven't been idle myself. I managed to obtain some information that should help us find the documents fairly soon. I cannot believe how well preserved these records are. We've got something right here, along with the Puritas Cordis documents that Brother Bernard sent to the Cardinal back in the 17th century. Let me recap what I have found out so far. It seems that Zendona returned from one of his pilgrimages to the Holy Land a changed man. Apparently, he had a vision during this journey. From then on, he was completely obsessed with founding a theocratic state.
Very modest.
Yes, but extremely convincing, as we know. He visited small villages as a preacher of repentance, warning the sinners that the day of judgment was nigh, and uttering dark prophecies.
Which he personally made come true. A reign of terror based on everyone's fear of the apocalypse.
Yes, and remarkably successful. His following grew almost by the hour, especially in rural areas. People flocked to him in droves. The harbingers of the apocalypse are listed here again. First pestilence and disease, then the punishment of the greedy, followed by war, earthquakes, fire, and a great flood.
We all know that, but what comes next?
The harbingers are supposed to make the rulers of the world gather in the New Babel and hold council. That's where Puritas Cordis is planning to destroy them one and all in order to create a new world order. The sect thinks it's of the elite of humanity.
The New Babel? What can that... New York! It could mean New York! Puritas Cordis wants to annihilate the UN General Assembly. We have to call my father. He
will go down, along with the rest of the unworthy ones. We represent the will of God. No one can stop us. Least of all you two. Come along.
Quick, run! So, we meet again, Ms. Kolenkov. You remember me, don't you? The charming barkeeper aboard the Calypso? But enough with the pleasantries. Regrettably, your continued attempts to stop us are about to come to an abrupt end.
No!
There goes another nuisance. Can we get going now, or would you rather follow your pal? No? All right, let's go then. We are taking a little trip to the countryside.
I've been stuck in this cell for hours, waiting for that Pat Shelton character to come back. Wish I knew what he wants with me, and how Nina is involved in all this. There's got to be some kind of connection to what happened in Indonesia. Okay, let me think. They deliberately caused a volcanic eruption, and I'm a witness. If I follow that thought through, I can't help but suspect they're probably none too eager to let a witness to their evil doings run around free. Which tells me this is not going to be a picnic. I'd better get out of here. And fast. The question is, how? I have got to find something to help me escape.
Thanks for telling us the obvious. Well, that's unfortunate. It seems that the Vicar, David Carell, is now dead. But I want to know how they were tracking us. We know they were looking for Nina, but the last they would have known is the bartender knew about Nina on the Calypso. And Max could have maybe have placed her at the Calypso, but beyond that, how would he have located? I mean, he wouldn't have known. How would they have, unless the I feel like the homeless guy might have been an informant. Everyone else seemed normal, but for a homeless guy, he knew way too much about the area. So they must have known. I mean, they knew about the letter, so they probably knew about its contents, which means they probably knew about some of the efforts to stop Zandona and knew that the archives would have held information. So I bet the homeless guy was there to keep watch over the archive, and as soon as someone found the way in, he called them in. That's my guess anyways. Okay. Terrible revelation. Nina and Vicar David Carell have discovered Cardinal Coubertin's secret archive in Paris, but what they learned there goes beyond what they had imagined in their worst nightmares. All the natural disasters arranged by the Puritas Cordis sector leading up to the gathering of the world's leaders at the UN General Assembly in New York, where they are all to be eliminated in a single stroke. There is no time to start thinking about countermeasures, however, as mercenaries hired by Puritas Cordis shoot David Carell dead in cold blood and take me prisoner. And it is on that unfortunate note that we will be leaving us. I like how, if you remember back to the first time we were in here, that trash picker also had a 3D model. Don't know about the stove door or the apple, but those definitely stand out. So, but in any case, with that, I think I'm going to take my leave. So thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for next time. See you then.